Hey, what's going on? This is Shaun of the Dead. I'm just going to do a quick little video. This is a question to all my viewers out there. Um, I always put up a bunch of stuff that I would do, different things that is in my bug out bag, my bug out vehicle, different gears, different loadouts, different gear to use for different situations. I put out a lot of little stuff like that all the time. Everything from flashlights to water purification systems, everything. Now, I've got a question for you. Okay, here's the question. For yourself, on your EDC, your everyday carry, what would put you personally in a better position than your average Joe in a zombie apocalypse? I want to know what's going to make you have that edge. For instance, I'll give you a quick little rundown for me. My EDC is my Glock 19. I carry it with one in the chamber. I also carry an extra Glock 17 mag that has 17 rounds in it, so that gives me an extra little bonus there. I carry a 5.11 first responder pocket knife, which is a pretty beefy battle knife. Fairly good utilitarian knife, but also a very good combat knife. I also carry a small EDC with me, which includes, a Swiss Army knife and a multi-tool. Some might consider that overkill. I have a couple mini flashlights in here, one of them being a cap clip flashlight. Just random little stuff that you might need in everyday life. Everything from chewing gum to Carmex to whatever. Just generic stuff. Now, the interesting thing in here is, of course, I have a little hard drive, a little 500 gig hard drive. This is a little shock-proof hard drive. If you drop it, it pulls the needles away from the disk in order not to damage the hard drive. On here I have all kinds of survival PDFs, videos, things like that. So all I have to do is hook it up to any computer. I can just pull things up that I need and go from there. Another little thing that I have in here, besides a regular flashlight, is this little outbreak kit that it's not quite quiet, but it's silenced, suppressed, if you will, with duct tape. If you open it up, inside here, I have your basic military can opener, and I have, if you haven't seen this before, my thermos extending spoon. I use this at work to eat whatever. I'll use it at night. You've probably seen my how you're going to eat in a zombie apocalypse. I'll use that. So having a few things like that at my disposal gives me a little bit of a heads up. And as I said, I also have in my outside pocket a good knife, a good flashlight. On the other one, I have my Swiss Army knife and my multi-tool. Not to mention, I have a knife in my pocket. So I have plenty of cutting tools. So I have plenty of generic gear. I have a few other things. Some other time I'll go through my whole EDC, but right now I just kind of want to give you a couple of highlights. So between getting from my office to my vehicle, I think my handgun can easily get me there. Getting from my office to home, I'm pretty confident that my Jeep can get me here. Between what rounds I'm sure I'll have left, and with the ability to drive across yards, through fences, things like that, then of course I can get here and fortify my apartment. And I live on the second floor, so I only have one door to contend with. Windows, not an issue. Doors, I only have one. So once I secure that door, I'm good. I have plenty of stuff I can set up in front of the door to barricade the door. Uh, I can set up shop. I have easily a month's worth of food and water. It's not going to be the most comfortable month. I mean, I'll be living lean, but I'll be living with plenty of nutrients to keep me going. Especially since I'm not doing crazy activity, I'm just barricading myself in and just kind of bugging in. Now, if I can get here before anything happens too crazy, and I don't have to worry about expending any ammo to get here, and I can get here and load gear and get out, then I'll bug out first. But that's just a generic idea. So now I want to hear your ideas. What do you carry on you? What kind of vehicle do you drive? How much fuel do you keep in your vehicle? My standard operating procedure is half a tank is my empty mark. My tank's on full, I touch the half tank, I go fill it back up. Touch the half tank, I fill it back up. So I always have at least a half a tank of fuel in my vehicle. Once the gas gauge hits that half tank, I fill it back up. So I'm anywhere between a half to a full tank of gas at any given time. And by doing that, it keeps me with the ability to just go. So I want to know what little things that you guys do in order to give yourself this small little edge. Everyone needs a little edge. Everyone's got a little something up their sleeve that it's like, you know what, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. I might incorporate that with my stuff. I have a car EDC. It's got several things in a bug out bag in my car. Everything from a little mini first aid kit all the way up to rope, extra knives. I mean, water purification, canteen. I mean, I've got stuff. I got my freaking my zombie bashing trucker's friend. That's in there. I have a crowbar in there. I have a couple of options as far as crap in my vehicle goes. So by that token, those things give me a little bit of an advantage over your average Joe. And if I can't make it back home with what I have on me, I'm traveling a little light, but I can make it work because I can use my crowbar or the trucker's friend to jimmy a door to get inside someplace. I can use it to do whatever. Just little things like that. I want to know what you have. What do you keep on hand that you have with you every day that gives you that little bit of an edge over somebody else? Maybe it's a big edge. Maybe it's just something small. Maybe you have a little pocket knife. Like for instance, you might have something small like a little Kershaw. Just a little regular old pocket knife. It's got a nice little edge to it. You might have yourself something that's a little bit cheaper, not even quite as booch, but equally effective. Maybe a little Gerber mini para frame. If you have something like that, that gives you at least a blade. And at least a blade, as you can see, this thing is just wore the frack out. It's all roughed up and scratched up and whatnot. But it still works. It functions. It's not as sharp as I'd like it to be currently, but you know what? If I had this and nothing else, at least I'd have something. I'd have something I could, maneuver with. I could do something with it. Something is better than nothing. So just little things like that. I just want to know what you have, whether it be just a pocket knife, flashlight. What is it you have? You have, you have the ability you have a lockpick set and the ability to pick locks. I mean, what is it you have? And if you want to make a response video, please do. I'll kick it out there so I can see it. I just want to know what your ideas are. What do you have that gives you that edge, in a zombie outbreak that you can go jump right in the gun and go, I got this. I want to know. Because, you might have some ideas I hadn't thought about, and I might incorporate some of your stuff in a way that complements the stuff that I have, and I might make some adjustments to my own particular stuff, and a lot of people may do the same thing also. And this is all about learning and making everybody more prepared in the long run, because ultimately you want to have a good survival instinct and be able to protect yourself from multiple different situations. So I want to know what each individual person has, and then that way, I can incorporate what I have, and I might take 2 or 3 of you guys' different ideas and stuff and stick things with it. And if I hear it, sometimes I think, that sounds like a pretty good idea in theory. Let me see if I can test that out and see if it works. And if I get it, I'm like, okay, I like it, great. If it doesn't work for me, then hey, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad idea. It just may not fit with my, EDC complement. So, it's one of those things. It's like trial and error. So, again, tell me what you got that gives you that edge. Again, this is Shaun of the Dead. As always, please keep it friendly, stay on topic, and as always, subscribe.